Hey there folks, Herman's Gavin here, and as you know, it's probably Monday or Tuesday, so we are doing Tales of Arise. I know it's been a long one, guys, but hang in there with me. We need to get stronger to beat them side quest guys. Now, most folks would cut out the level grinding and stuff. We don't do that here. I want you to see me go through these trials and tribulations to reach my goal, like the rest of you did. Anyway, if you're on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe. You'd be doing me a major solid. Anyway, let's get started. But yeah, like my title been saying, I feel we could have had some of this information close to the middle of the game. I mean, I hate that they just dumped all this at the end. This is kind of whack. It is really whack. I was like, oh man, I'm stuck. Oh, that's back there. Guess I'll take the elevator. There we go. Not like our spaceship can go anywhere, right? Yeah, I completely wasted your time. So they're further back here. Check the subjugation too. Well, Helene. How's it feel being an alien? Half alien, I guess.
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean hearing the origins of the Renans?
Indeed. It's shocking to have so many things I thought to be indelible fade away in mere seconds.
So that's why y'all can't really recognize her.
I'm not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
Let's not delude ourselves. If what we've heard is a lie, it's a rather elaborate one. I can only imagine that you must have been constantly feeling like this, ever since your memory returned, Alphen. And you as well, Shion. About your thorns, and being a maiden.
That's just part of being alive, don't you think?
Well, to say the least. But enough about me. I'm not concerned for myself. What concerns me is all of the other Renans out there.
When you say the other Renans, you mean the ones that are living on Lenegis or Dana, right?
Correct. Even if we stop the Great Spirit from annihilating Dana, our problems will still remain.
He's right now.
Putting aside the untold state that Rena may be in, if we do not truly belong there, we will have to think long and hard about where it is that we wish to return to.
So, I guess your only real choices at this point are to either stay on Lenegis
or come
down to Dana, huh? And right now, Lenegis might not even be a safe option.
And at the same time, Danans are hardly likely to embrace Renans with open arms. If the issue is forced, things could turn dire.
Right, you know.
There is, after all, 3 centuries worth of hatred to overcome between us. And the victims of our rule have absolutely every right to feel animosity towards us Renans. Our own circumstances as the aggressors are irrelevant.
True.
I didn't expect the former
Hey, welcome, baseball gamer. Like I told you, don't worry.
Menancia's fate was a stroke of good luck.
I'm here for whenever anybody stops by. That's what I do. It's good to see you.
Still, even now, there remain ardent dissidents.
But things can still change.
But yeah, how you doing?
People to help lead the way. Isn't that what you hope to achieve on Lenegis? after this is all over?
Indeed. I have fully accepted the burden of that responsibility. In that regard, I remain determined. On that note, I have something of a favor to ask of you, Alpha.
Oh? What is it?
I wish for you to serve as a mediator, so that the Renans
I am
can live
well
on Dana
too.
peacefully.
We've
As the
been
one and
tired.
only
This
blazing sword,
3
I
a.m.
suspect
time
the
for work
Danans
is
may listen
exhausting.
to what you have to say when problems
But
arise.
at least I get to leave work
And
before
I
folks
take
come
it
in,
that
so
you'll be the
can't
one to
complain.
represent the Renans?
Yes, I realize that I'm asking quite a lot of you. However, the fact of the matter is that it will take time for Renans to re-enter Danon society without any bloodshed. That is
Getting that
why-
last bit of info. That's one thing I didn't
Same
like.
as ever, Dohalim.
I feel like they could have had all this information
Is it
close
too
to the middle of the
much?
game. We're kind of getting that whole dump of it at the
relax.
end.
You get so tense and formal when you're asking for a favor. Listen, there's no need for that. We're friends.
You're too kind. I can see you were raised well.
That's some high praise, Alphen.
Then I'll ask once again, this time just as friends. Alphen, will you help me?
You don't even need to ask. Of course I will.
Thank you, my friend.
Alright, like the last person we gotta chat with is Law. How you holding up, Law?
I still can't believe it, man.
You're not the only one still trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get hung up on these sorts of things.
Did you forget what happened back in Thistleum? Once my memories started coming back to me, I felt completely and totally lost.
Yeah, you got a
It
point
was
there.
really that bad for you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. But thanks to Law and everybody else, I remembered that I still had things out there worth fighting for.
Man, I think you might be a better guy than me, Alphen. All I can remember thinking was, when's this guy gonna get his act together?
Law,
I was too worried about repeating the same mistakes I'd made back with my dad, and running away from the truth. That was no way to live. And I've tried to stay strong, my way. But all this talk about other races and the world ending, if I can be honest with you guys, it's just all too much for me to handle right now.
Oh, it's nuts
I
for
know this is
everybody.
going to sound strange coming from me, but maybe the key is not to worry too much about the big stuff right now.
oh?
I used to worry all the time about my thorns, for obvious reasons, but I never really opened up to anyone about them. And when I realized my visions pointed to a threat that was bigger than me, I didn't know what I should do, or who to tell. But that's when I finally got it. You guys were all there for me, to teach me what's really important. I just had to open up and listen.
In other words, if you let the big picture stuff get you all muddled up inside, you'll begin to lose sight of what you really care about.
Wise words
Yeah.
live by.
I think you're right.
The thing that's most important, what I really care about. All I want to do is protect the people that really matter to me, to fight for them. That's good enough, right?
Yeah.
Not everyone is strong enough to fight.
Huh?
It's something your dad told me once when he was still alive. Law, you know you're strong enough to fight, and you're strong enough to protect the people you care about. Forget all the big stuff going on. Just don't lose sight of what you want to protect in the first place. Sound good?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does. It's like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'll fight to protect the people around me. Just like I always have. I think that's best.
Alright, we've chatted with everybody.
Well, it sounds like everyone's learning from their past and using it to create a better future for everyone.
What about you, Shion? How do you feel about the origin of the Renans?
To be honest, I'm not really all that shocked, actually. I mean, I might be a Renan in the literal sense, but I've never really felt like one of them. Right now, it's kind of a mystery.
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I was going to die. Not if or when, but how.
Ooh.
I thought I'd die alone. That fate had me in its steely grip. I
But
would have
things
never
changed.
imagined that I'd be traveling with someone like you, fighting to save Rena and Dana. I mean, how could I have? It's been going on for 300 years. All this tragedy and destruction. When you consider the Helganquil's part in all this, it's been even longer than that.
Oh, we bit terrifying.
It was Naori's hope that somehow, someone in the future would be able to stop it before it was too late. How it fell on us, of all people, to heed that call is a mystery.
I don't think Naori was hoping that we would just stop the world from getting destroyed. She considered me, a Danon, as a real person. And she very much cherished her own people, too.
True.
I don't think she wanted the world to be saved, just so they could go back to hurting each other. Oh, maybe this is what she meant.
Huh?
When we were talking to Kisara earlier, about all that stuff, like everyone's needing to meet halfway and embrace each other's pain and suffering. She said that the first step down that path was for each of us to put aside our own hatred. That means forgiving.
That's a lot of years.
Even and especially before they forgive you.
Forgiving. So it goes both ways, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't just mean forgiving things that happened in the past either.
Conflicts keep happening.
Conflicts will keep happening. If we have any hope of moving on and building a better future, we have to all learn to forgive each other.
You know, you're right. People can hurt one another without even meaning to. I know that better than most, thanks to these thorns.
It's not going to be easy getting past this pain. But if we can do it, I'm sure there'll come a time when we can all truly understand each other. I'm there with you, Shion. I too want to protect the world we live in, and all the people we care about. I think that's the very least I can do to repay Naori for everything that she did.
Yeah. I want a future that she would feel proud to live in, and I'm going to fight for it.
Whoa there, Savior Girl. We're here to save you too, you know.
Yes, I know. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I want to live, and that's the honest truth.
Characters growing up. So proud. You know, every Tales game has that kind of moment.
Well, is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
I am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dan is still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
You said it, Law.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to rob us of our entire world. And it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it our enemy. But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Shion.
You're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Shion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Shion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena.
Yep. Renas can use dark energy.
And if Rena's
Dana's
great
have
spirit
light.
is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Shion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain.
That seems like
At the
possible.
very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Shion.
Well, just gotta go reunite them and
These thorns
kick his
really are
butt.
a part of Rena's great spirit. I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for merely 6.
Yeah, we can do it.
And we only know about the Thorn's connection thanks to Naori.
Everett 35 has been observing the great astral spirit this whole time.
He might
It
have some
wouldn't
clues.
ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is.
Yep, the party's back.
Let's go give Everett 35 our answer.
And look like we got another skid, y'all.
So if the Sovereign and
They
Maiden
dumped
were
way too
originally
much information
Buddha
close to the
programs
end.
for Lenegis, what about now?
Even with the Forbidden Zone in ruins and the Renaissance stolen, Lenegis is functioning fine. If it needed us before, it doesn't appear to now.
First they lumber you with a position you never asked for, then you're discarded like you're nothing? Who the hell do they think they are?
More importantly, who do they think we are? We might not even factor into their list of concerns.
I just hope everyone on Lenegis is safe.
Worst comes to worst, Lenegis is equipped with a large number of starships that people can escape in. As long as the whole satellite doesn't suddenly explode or something, they
Yeah,
should
they'll
be
be
fine.
alright.
Wait, explode?
In any case, if we're truly going to make a difference, it's on Rena we're needed, not Lenegis. The people there will be fine. I'm sure of it.
If you say so, Dolly. Alright, guys, let's get going. Let's see. Before I just take the elevator. Alright, let's talk to the big alien inside the fancy looking coffin. Appears I've come the wrong way. But judging by this, okay, Rena is that giant flower planet. Lenegis is the circle. No, that's gotta be Dana. Lenegis is right in the middle. Oh, this is the observational deck. Okay, take me to central level. There we go. Ooh, what's this? Alright, buddy, let's talk.
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
How are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the
Beating it up.
Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy.
Check and check.
Using their powers, The maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renis Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
Oh, damn.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
Excuse me?
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the great spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
That's not reliable.
Other options.
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational.
That's...
It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony.
Okay, that's what
We have
happened.
reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the Great Astral Spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great
Keep
Spirit.
regenerating as long as it's in
That is
Shion.
why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait.
What you got,
They always
Dolene?
said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it.
Okay. That's, I think that's all we gotta do.
Can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
Come on, give me the
It
answer.
is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the Great Astral Spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony. Considering that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed, I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
Well, we're
What
gonna
does that
do it
mean for
anyway.
us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored,
Oh,
and you will all
that's
be
how it
unable
is, huh?
to leave here.
Why you?
Fine, then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing.
oh,
We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
You tell him, Alphen.
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement.
Really?
I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
Okay.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Will Lingus disappear too?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
What? Oh, come on, man. Really?
The collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Hevrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar, is all. Fix our starship. We're going to Rena.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Well,
Man, is it too much to ask for Hevrek 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated stuff.
Don't worry.
oh, come on. Wasn't that bad, Law?
With him. Now all we have to do is rest up and wait. Once the Fall Knights is good to go again, we'll be taking off for Rena right away.
Alright, we got another skit, guys.
Is the Renis Alma really our only hope against the Great Spirit? There has to be another way, right?
Shion's Fire Master Core was able to suppress astral energy to prevent it from gaining sentience, right? Couldn't we make use of that somehow?
I'm not sure. In small doses, maybe. And with the amount of energy we're talking about here.
Back in Calaglia, the Blazing Sword was able to take in a whole spirit vessel's worth of energy. If it has the capacity to manage that, it can do this, right?
I think so.
Except after it absorbed the energy, it ended up releasing it all moments later, remember? Let's not forget, it nearly killed you. Besides, this is the Great Spirit we're talking about, not a paltry vessel. Even if I could use the Master Core, your body wouldn't be able to take the strain of channeling that much energy.
Ah, I'll be alright.
Hevrek 35 didn't mention it, and it did not seem the type to skimp on details. So assuming it's even possible, the chances are slim to none.
You're
I
probably
like those
right.
odds. Alright. We're good, everybody? We're good. Hello. It's just that you all get some rest and enter. Alright. I'll rest in a sec. Let me save so we don't have to sit through that, y'all. Alright. Oh, I thought you had more to your facilities. I was gonna check my farm animals. Alright, take me back to the central level then. Whack. Alright, at least I got a ship ready. Yep, might as well get some sleep. Haha.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
Should he tell the
Worried
people?
about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead.
Oh yeah.
Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start.
Change.
When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike.
Hey, it's still possible to
Realistically
change.
speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yep.
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menencia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
You love to see it.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the
Oh
Great
yeah, this
Spirit
is final
true,
battle talk.
then we're getting close to our final
The staple
battle.
of every JRPG.
So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before. About whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us?
We'll turn the shades light.
Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I think I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me.
For the better.
It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning. Even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Ringwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
What?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own.
Oh yeah, it's not sentient.
But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah. Maybe.
Effort 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own.
Come on, y'all got the time on your accent.
That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will... well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing.
Law,
Just forget
you
about
gotta
it.
be honest with your feelings, Law.
What were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember saying
Come
anything.
on! Now you won't tell me what you were thinking?
That's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already!
Our old PS4 is just chugging away.
Are you sure you don't want to get some rest?
I'm gonna sleep after all that.
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Shion?
Same as you. Still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We're only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
So many recipes.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Oh.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevricht 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
I'm making a promise.
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma, but it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything that
Listen,
we...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike.
See, you got a point.
We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end.
You tell her, Alphen.
I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Promise.
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you.
This man had no nerve endings.
I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before.
Oh. Oh.
But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion.
Come on. Nah.
No. You can tell
You
me
tell
once
her
my
after.
thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
That's amore, baby.
Everybody get enough rest? You ready for this?
No. I don't know what's on that
We
planet.
should probably get moving.
Agreed. can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
Easier said than done, Dolly.
For both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Sweet. He can blow this popsicle stand.
You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrect 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Ah, we can return back to Dana.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Yep.
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at
Dang,
this
you are
stage.
resigned in
As
this.
such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my
He
kind.
said, beat up my species. Wow.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
What's up?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the
That's
two of you
scary.
continue to exist. Why?
What you doing on this late? And good to see you.
Others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chances?
I'm doing the cutscene wrong.
The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable.
Ah, I got it. Oh yeah, I forgot you.
Continue to
Sleep
persist
schedule's
under
different.
These conditions.
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
All right. Back on my spaceship. Oh, better save. Go through that again. He said, "What's your one?" What? I like the eye patch.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive.
It's usually a green sword, but I prefer the simple design. Tales of Arise. It's been a long adventure. Still even longer. I still gotta beat these side quest bosses. Yep, you said you had the PS4 and the PS5 version, right?
Just stretches out everywhere.
Yeah, I forgot you ain't opened yours yet.
Is this really where the hell Gancro come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy.
Of course not. This planet's dead.
The world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
Yep.
You mean to
One
tell me
best
this whole
RPG
world,
of 2021.
The entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After
Maybe.
it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
Well, there is a new Star Ocean coming out in October.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Looked a little rough, though.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took
Also got to
everything.
test them, too.
It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea,
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Soul Hackers
And
and
it bound
all
held
this.
Gancro in servitude.
Bunch of other
until
stuff,
their
too.
whole world was nothing but this.
Callisto
And by
Project
the
in
looks of
December.
it, that's how it remains to this day.
God of
A
War in
world of
November.
death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
Oh man, I
Be
forgot about
sure that
Digimon.
Even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
And Xenoblade 3 comes out this week.
Darkness, both
Or I think it
Shion
came out
and Miori
yesterday.
saw comes to pass. Nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down.
Put that on the back burner.
Let's take a look.
There's too much I want to. Soul Hackers. Trial Zero. Valkyria Elysium. Dragon Quest Treasure Hunters. Callisto Project. God of War Ragnarok.
So this is Rena.
Something else too.
This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever.
Ooh, special owls have been seen appear throughout Dana. They give you a Digimon Day. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to miss out on that one. Putting everything aside for Soul Hackers too. Let's see. So can we return back to Dana? Come on. Oh, we can. Okay. Well, what's my favorite? Yeah, my favorite Skull Greymon.
Ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean?
Good
what
old
would
Skull
happen?
Greymon.
You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
No, I'll pass.
Maybe that weird
This is
version of
essentially a
Metal
world-sized
Greymon with
Renan
the
graveyard. Are you proposing to
Magnum
disturb
gun
the
on its
dead
arm.
slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something.
Law, you don't want to swim in dead people. That's a sea of dead people.
So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renaissance using the Sovereign.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
It's weird. A bunch of stuff got pushed back to next year, but we're getting a whole bunch of stuff.
As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength. It's that it's sentient, too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some
Forsworn's next year.
Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion
I can't remember the month though.
We were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
we might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renaissance.
I was it January or February?
Use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up.
I can't blame it. Sonic Frontiers is coming out too, and let me see what else.
Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood.
I can't remember if I think Scarlet and Violet's coming out this year too. Pokemon.
Like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this.
Oh yeah, and really Skull and Bones for movie stuff. They're going up against God of War.
That's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
What do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to
a game for each month.
But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day,
there will no
I can't remember.
Need for the example.
Is it a trial for PS Plus Premium?
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine
I'll try it after the hype dwindles down.
And astral arts are used to help people, where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Ah, no, okay. But nah, I'm not going to touch it yet. I don't know, I really don't have too much of an interest in it. I'll probably try it out, but... Let's get back to the volcano. Yeah, I think this week. Damn, y'all still want to keep talking?
Hey,
but yeah, Stray and everybody's obsessing about multiverse too.
I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
Maybe
what?
For Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Multiverse?
I never noticed it till now.
Well, I figured that.
And?
You gotta get your money back somehow.
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
But
I know some games that, let me see.
What would that mean?
Oh, Genshin's one you can still play without dumping any money in it.
But still,
So
don't you
did,
think it's kind of
let me see,
interesting?
what, Konami's recent Yu-Gi-Oh game.
Hugely? Hey, Kisara, well, I've got you. What's on tonight's menu? Because
It's free to play until it's not.
Get him, Hoodle.
What did I do?
Ooh.
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hoodle.
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell? You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zeugles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll
Yeah,
always
that
end up
does kind of
bumping
suck.
into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive
Though
facility
everybody
on
enjoyed
Dana,
the beta,
let
right?
alone up in Lenegus.
That's how they get
The
you.
only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana
You
and
still talking
Rena,
about
right?
multiverse, right?
Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created
Or
because
stray.
of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go.
Yep.
And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have.
But you're right, that
only
is kind of a
seen the
rub.
worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild,
Ah, no, okay.
it's
Strays,
worth
free for
remembering that
premium.
Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
I
If we
figured
had
that.
distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they
But yeah,
pose.
Multiverse beta came out for,
Guess
was it
when you
PC?
look at it that
Can't remember.
way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different after all.
Alright, guys. I owe y'all at least one fight. You know, that's not a bad price. Oh, we are missing so much crap. Ooh. Ooh, that looks nice. The Elvaf and the Sodom Rhyme. Yeah, we cannot get any of these weapons. Heavenly Gaze neither. He said the fence panel sword. Do you want the one with the dragons on it? The Oblivion Ring. Monochrome Spiral. Oblivion Gauntlets. The Matriarch Martel. Yeah, there is a fence. Now that you mention it. That's one thing I'm glad they kept in these Tales games, the joke weapons. Well, looks like you're the only one getting the weapon, Kassar. And craft.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is.
Alright guys, I owe you at least one fight for all that dialogue, so let's go. Now that's a skill. See, not the woods, the caverns. Sound like good fancy joke weapons to me.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military
I
history
gotcha.
especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but you sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe
You
some
got
part
it.
of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Laser blade!
Get to there.
What the hell was that for?
Thanks for stopping by.
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew.
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Ooh, man. How many dialogues we got, guys?
How are you and Alpin getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know.
But yeah, I want to give y'all one more fight before we call on that. I owe y'all at least that much. We have way too much dialogue this time.
Back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphin's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shion. But that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
Yeah, she kind of hates
That
you.
was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alpin's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Guys, I'm trying to have one fight.
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like
Yeah, I
that.
owe y'all at least
There must
one
have been
fight for
something
sitting
more.
through all this dialogue.
Once, maybe.
But that's going to be typical for the JRPGs we're going to do.
Something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new.
I feel Kingdom Hearts has probably been the lighter on the
They've
whole
had enough foisted on them as
final
it is.
battle talk.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to...
What the hell is that?
What the? An ambush?
Sorry. Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zoogle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogle or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning
Seasoning
are
we
we talking?
talk about.
No, Halim. I don't think he was talking about
You're a weird
cooking.
man, Dolly.
Hey, a lizard!
We're good, everybody.
Why are you staring at me?
Guys, please, just let me fight
So
something.
this is how the Sovereign and Maiden are supposed to look. You two go great together.
Law, come stand between us.
Oh, sure! You want me to put something white on as well?
Of course she doesn't.
Take a closer look, Shion. It's a miracle.
What are you talking about?
This outfit, it's already got blue accents on it.
So I see.
I'm just trying to
I
have
never
one
thought about
fight.
this until now, Alphen. But doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
Good
You
boy.
never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Oh yeah,
I love
sweet.
how much amazing food we get to eat even when we're out on the road.
Me too. Especially compared to what I used to have when I was still a slave. This is paradise.
It's amazing what good food can do to keep your hopes up. Nagal used to say all the time that the power of food is subtle, yet profound.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? For whatever reason, I find I don't worry nearly as much when I've got a full stomach helping me out.
That's why you shouldn't be such a picky eater.
Huh?
She's right. You always leave food that you don't like on your plate when you're done.
Come on, what's the big deal?
Back in the day, I couldn't think about leaving any food. It was such a waste not to eat at all.
Every last
Needed
scrap of
every
energy.
last scrap of energy.
Exactly. Even when my brother and I didn't have much to eat, we all did what we could to make it taste good and enjoy what we had.
That definitely explains a lot about why you cook the way you do, Kisara.
Dohalim, I bet you don't know what any of that's like. You must be used to food being handed to you on a silver platter.
Sometimes it was gold.
Let's go.
Shy away from that at all.
Although, there was one experience that does come to mind.
Oh?
When I first learned that the food I ate originally came from animals and fish, I was rather taken aback.
You just ate whatever was in front of you without even thinking about it?
That's a silver spoon elite for you.
Oh, guys. I'm trying
Your
to
cooking
fight
has really
something.
improved, Shion.
It's because of you that I understand what makes it so fun. I'm glad everyone seems to enjoy what I make too.
I've noticed a disturbing trend that after it's your turn to cook, our ingredients tend to run really low. What's up with that?
That is a good point, Law. There's a weird difference between the amount of ingredients she prepares and how much food actually gets served. Curious. Very curious indeed.
I don't know. Isn't it pretty normal for veggies to shrink a little when you fry them up?
Or maybe she eats all the bad batches herself so we won't notice.
Come on. I wouldn't do anything like that.
Then how would you explain the difference?
I have a theory that I wish to propose.
What you got, though,
What
William?
is it?
As we all know, Shion here can have quite the appetite. I imagine she often taste tests her own food as she prepares it. By my eye, it would appear that her footprints are leaving deeper impressions as of late. Far be it from me to level such an accusation, but the facts lead me to conclude that...
She's been snacking while she cooks.
And yet, she still looks so slender in her clothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious, actually.
Wait a sec. Are you guys trying to say she's...
I'm what?
Nothing?
Nothing.
Alright, everybody's good talking. Alright. Let's rest. Let's see, I owe y'all at least one fight. Parfait takes milk.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
And we got one more person, y'all. Let's see. Let's see who talk to Shion.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
But yeah, we're close to the final battle, so
I was
I
waiting
tell
on
y'all,
you.
every JRPG, that's how it goes.
Why? Should I leave you alone?
Almost everyone.
No, it's fine.
We used to really have to force these conversations when we started talking to each other, didn't we?
To say the least. Hey,
What is it?
do you think you'd like to make something together?
Make what exactly?
Just if you wanna make dinner together. What did you think I meant?
Huh? Dinner? Oh, dinner, yes. Yes, of course.
This man was not
Dinner.
thinking of dinner.
Right.
You know what he was thinking of.
What did you think I was talking about?
This is.
No, it's nothing. Don't
There's
worry
gonna be
about
time for that later, often.
it. Anyway, what did you have
Let's
in
cook
mind?
some dinner.
Well, do you recognize these ingredients?
This is... Wait. Is this?
So you remember? That's right. We're going to fix the very first meal we ever had together. Although I remember it not being well received when we had it.
You still remember that, huh? I'm sorry, Shion.
I'm just teasing you, Alphen. I picked this recipe because it's easy to make, and I thought it would be a good choice for dinner, too.
They had porridge, didn't they?
Anyway, let's get to work. With both of us making it, we should be finished in no time.
I never thought we'd end up eating alone like this again. Just the two of us.
Yeah. So much has changed when you look back on it. Well, I guess maybe not what we're eating, but still.
No, I'd say even that's changed too, in a sense. Our meals are a whole lot better now.
True. We've both come quite a long way in the culinary arts.
That's not exactly what I mean. How do I put it? It feels like eating together is a lot more enjoyable than it used to be.
Yeah, y'all been just
Yeah.
eating for survival.
I get what you mean.
Even after our battles are done. When Dana is saved and our mission is finished, we'll probably still be sitting down to dinner like this, night after night.
Yep. I doubt that much will change. You've always got to eat at some point.
I hope our dinners will always feel like this.
Maybe not exactly like this. Hopefully we won't still be camping out.
Hey,
Oh,
you still
no,
did
not
even
at
if the
all.
world ends.
I meant in a nice, warm house. One with a roof over our heads and a proper fireplace, instead of an open campfire.
And real chairs instead of these logs. Nice plates and silverware on a big dining table. Oh, and a proper kitchen. That'd be nice too.
And when it's time to fix dinner, we'll be in that kitchen.
Standing side by side.
Whoops. Looks like we made too much. I don't think we'll be able to finish all this.
Yeah, you're right. I'll see if anybody else is still awake. I'd really hate to have to throw it away.
Side by side, huh?
I'm looking forward to breakfast.
Ooh, Shion's got her master arts.
Morning. Ready to head out?
Yep, as I said, it's time. Give y'all one final battle. I mean, I have to sit through all that dialogue. Y'all at least deserve to see some action. Even if it's me dying. Let's see, what are we? Well, we're 46. Maybe we might have a chance.
I've got a bad feeling about this one.
You and me too. You and me both, Lo.
Me too. Better keep...
Whew. No wonder this thing's tough. It's 56. And we're 40-something.
So this...
He's the one who polluted the pond. Consider this payback for all those fish.
The flashing parts are weak points. There you go.
Whew.
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that. It's raining blobs of slime. Gross. I'll take out as many as I can.
Come on.
It looks like you got this covered.
Vacuum blade. Take this.
Here, let me help.
All finish you here is so far.
Armor won't
Save. Let's tear him up.
Ooh.
Double demon fang.
I don't mind if I do.
Blazing blade. The flame inside me. You're let free.
Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay?
Not today.
Yeah, you too.
Double demon fang. Stay away from my friend.
It's about to strike.
Oh man, it's got Shion. Whew.
Look sharp, everyone. Try harder.
Here's a healing arc.
Vacuum blade.
First aid.
Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
Here, let me help. First aid.
Take this. Try harder.
Hold on to your arc. Here I go. That'll bring you down. Raging storm. I'll heal you all.
Too much. Double demon fang.
Take that magic.
Double demon fang.
Whew. Y'all don't stand underneath that thing.
Not today.
Whew.
Double demon fang.
Knock his big butt up.
Try harder.
Oh, y'all saw that. Oh.
Double demon fang.
Oh.
This can't be happening.
Dang, both my teams. Whew.
Thanks for that. Inspiration. Double demon fang. One more.
I really should have saved that. Come on.
Double demon fang.
All the magic, you guys. Look out.
You picked the wrong fight. Here I come.
Woo.
Double demon fang.
Take that off.
Now, while it's reeling.
Take it down.
Double demon fang.
Holy glimmer. Holy land. I can do this all day.
Take this.
Corruption. Quiver
I'm not
I
done.
never miss.
I'm not done.
Oh.
Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone.
Here I come. I'm
Yo, look out.
They're not playing around. Won't give up.
Try harder!
Woo!
Not on my watch.
Try harder!
What was I thinking?
You picked the wrong fight!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I hear.
Nope, that'd be silly.
Oh, dang, both of them. And let me see.
Here comes a big one!
Woo!
I still got some fight left in me.
Oh boy. Okay, Shion, you take this lemon gel. Oh, come on, really? I sorta does that. There we go.
This one's mine. Lightning condensed.
Flame inside me, yours to be let free!
Magic is there.
Whew.
Holy
Time to let it rip! Vacuum blade! Coming through!
Whew.
Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! You may be strong. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't. You! Vacuum blade!
Whew. Okay, Shion, you take a orange gel for that.
This should do it! Take this! Try harder!
Woo! Bring him back with a life bottle. We can't. We gotta keep going, y'all. Shion! Woo! No, I'll use one more life bottle. Let's see, we're gonna use a heavy treat.
Sorry to be a
Bam!
We've all got enough of it.
Yes, ma'am. No further.
Try harder! Try harder!
Woo!
Where are you going?
We've almost got it beat.
It's getting weaker.
Woo! Y'all get away from that thing.
They're not playing around.
Law, I want you to take one of these bad boys.
Try to dodge.
Woo! When he turns back to normal, I lost my thing. Oh, wow. It's like that. Big man, it's like that. Yeah. He knew I had my thing charged, and he was just gonna sit on me. Okay, Law, you eat one of these bad boys. Enough! Ooh, we busted the core, y'all. We busted the core. You sure have, Law, really. We're almost there.
You require a hand. Time for one more. No further. Demon Burn it out.
There we go.
Look sharp.
Lightning Tiger Blade. We did it, guys. We beat our first.
Looks like the little guy had a
What? No, no. I don't remember this. No. I don't remember this, y'all. This man had another form. Well, that's not cool, y'all. I think I might have a plan. You see, now they're too low. We're gonna have to stick with our original fighters, y'all. Somebody heal me! Whew. I don't remember this form. How do you have another form?
Scarlet Inferno! Try harder!
Where are you going?
You sure have, Law.
Let loose.
Don't mind if I do.
Megasonic thrust. I'll finish you here and now. I'll smash you. Vacuum cow.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Don't leave me, dog.
I'll finish you here and now.
Here in flame of fury.
Vacuum blade.
Glacier spear. Here's evil.
Try harder. Vacuum blade.
Art expert coming through. I'm all stuffed up. Annihilation.
Glitter dragon. Vacuum blade.
Where are you going?
A thrilling performance. Megasonic thrust. Vacuum talent sword.
Lunar corruption.
Ignite. Benediction light.
By the power of water.
Heal.
Not him again. Whew, yeah.
Will this help?
A scream bathed in blood. Bloody howling. On your knees.
Graviton field. That's fly.
Try harder.
Mega ray.
Raising you up.
Bloody. Here's a healing art.
I'm not done.
Watch this.
Okay, let's fill it up. I can't believe he had another form. That is crap. Alright, y'all can use the magic all you want now. Damn, that damn roar.
Now you see what I can do. He's trying to take us out. Well, I will go twice.
Healing circle, Arnix, coming through. Where are you going?
Is this it? I couldn't make
Damn.
it in time.
Annihilation. Into the shadows.
Someone bring me back. No casting here, buddy.
Then tonight's meal is on you.
You've got it. Nick.
Woo!
The big one's up to something.
I don't want to know what else it has in store.
All right, I'm getting out of here, guys.
Pieces before it can show us.
Quite.
That'll bring you down.
Woo! Hey, demonic. How you doing tonight? I'm usually gone by now, but we have way too much dialogue in this, and I owe everybody at least some kind of boss fight. Why not fight the thing that's been killing me? I did not know this thing had a second form. This blows. This blows. Did you win the match or something? Ah, congrats. Please stop roaring. Dohalim, how'd you die? Whew. But congratulations. Law! Oh, both of y'all, dang. Dohalim. Woo! Thank you. He's gonna do something stupid to us.
I almost feel sorry for your opponent.
Oh, come on. What the hell?
Hold on to your art. Here I come.
Thanks, guys. Ooh, we broke the core.
Where are you going? It's over. Glacial spear. Here's evil. Double demon fang. Freeze lancer.
Bring Dohalim back.
I can carve through one.
Woo!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
Let me give us one more orange gem. Hopefully we can do this, guys. Woo! We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. Oh, snap. Tiger blade. Oh, man. Whew. We did it, gang. Our first side quest boss.
All right.
Ruin these waters no more.
All right.
No match for this sheer fury.
Huh? What?
Oh man, our stuff is covered in monster crap. This blows.
Oh, wow! You dummy!
Title.
Good grief.
Oh, she gets mad. Well, I did not expect us to beat that thing tonight.
I feel so gross and sticky after that fight.
Tell me about it. We better hurry and get a bath and laundry going ASAP.
Really? That's how much we got? I thought they'd boost us up some levels. We went up one. Wow. That thing was level 56. No kidding. I can see why everybody bought all the extra DLC packs. It gave you an extra bonus. They're stingy. Alright. That is one of several side quest boss. And with that, we're going to call it a night, guys. We went a little bit over, but hey. I owed y'all a fight. That was way too much dialogue we had for 2 days. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow with Mass Effect. So, yeah. As always, thanks for stopping by. It's all made possible by viewers like you. Alright, y'all. I'm going to bed so I can get ready for work tomorrow. Good night. And remember, stay hydrated. It's hot out there.